Hi, it's Ashleigh from Sweet Dreams Bake Shop, and we are going to be looking at this embossing set by Sweet Stamp. Now, if you've ever struggled with lettering, this promises to fix your lettering woes. Now, if my friend is watching this, she's probably thinking, are you kidding me? You're just opening this now? She gifted this to me a while ago, and I understand that it's not a super new product on the market or anything, but I decided to give it a go today. And I was off to a great start by dumping everything everywhere. So that is my first little tip when you are opening up your Sweet Stamps package. Make sure that you open it very carefully. Don't dump out your letters like I did by accident. You do want to leave everything in place like a puzzle. And if I'm being honest, putting these letters back into place took me way longer than I would like to admit, but it was actually really tricky looking at the script and being able to match it up perfectly. Now, what the packaging says is it says to either lift this out with a little bit of fondant that's sticky, or utilize a sharp pick like this cookie scribe. And I gotta say, it's actually really tricky to lift these out. I was worried about bending things. Now, maybe there is a better way to lift this out and I just haven't discovered it yet, but definitely this was tricky, so be careful when you're doing this. I'm also a little bit unsure about how I'm going to organize this because it can't stand up and down. It has to lay flat or else all of the letters will fall out. Now, I'm not sure if these items came separately as I was gifted all of them together, but you will need this little pad here so you can create a stamp. Now we're going to align all of the letters so we can create our stamp. And the great thing is, of course, is you can put everything in order and then you're going to attach your stamp on later. Now, one of the downsides here that I noticed is if you want to create a word that has several of the same repetitive letters, you can't actually create the stamp as a whole. You can only have parts of the word. You'll notice I was a little bit tentative taking that little shield off. I wasn't sure how sticky this was. And actually, it's not really that sticky at all, but all of those little pieces fit on really nicely. So here I have a freshly covered fondant cake. You're probably wondering why the top looks like that. Don't worry, come back for tomorrow's video and I will show you how I finish off this cake. So when I'm pressing this in, I actually am having a really hard time pressing it in enough so that it indents. So I'm actually having to go through with individual letters to make sure that it's pressed on completely. Now, I will put a disclaimer on here right now that this totally could be my issue. Of course, whenever you're working with new tools, it's not going to be perfect right off the bat. You kind of need to learn how to play around with it to make it work for yourself. So I do think that this did emboss this. I just need to find a way to emboss it a little bit deeper. Because as I was painting this, I noticed there were some areas that didn't quite get embossed deeply enough, so I kind of had to freehand those portions just a little bit, which is why my painting isn't really as perfect as it could be. That, and I couldn't find my favorite brush until much later on in the process. Overall, I do really like this product. I think that if you're not into writing your own script or you're not super comfortable doing your own handwriting on cakes, this is a great way to get even, nice, and consistent writing every time. And this type of script is very in right now as well. Now, of course, there are some limitations with this product. There's only one size of lettering, for example, and if there are other sizes available, of course, you would have to purchase them. That being said, I do like that you can create several different words and combinations with all of the letters, since it's not just one embosser that says one phrase. Now, as I mentioned before, there is a learning curve with all new tools that you use, so I think in future I will be able to work at this and get that embossed a little bit more cleanly, as well as fix some of that painting. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part of the Sweetie fam. Right now, I'm uploading weekly, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. Also, be sure to comment, request, or ask a question. I love hearing from you guys. Bye!